Hi, today we are at the Pegasus International Unicenter of making the world longest spring roll event. So we really need a demonstration tank to make it because we have 500 people involved and we have to show this video to you all now to make sure that everyone in this right channel. So welcome and please watch the video. If there's any questions before we get to the real show, please ask from one of our supervisors. Okay, as you can see, we are now ready to start. We have rice paper, chicken, salad, herbs, noodles, and prawns. What we need to do first, we have to make sure our hands are washed and clean. So we have to go and sanitize our hands properly. Okay, now we got to make sure we have a supervisor for each ingredient. Each item we have to have a supervisor, which is rice paper, one supervisor, chicken, lettuce, salad, and herbs, and also the rice noodles and shrimps. So each item will have one supervisor to tell you how to place that ingredient on top of the rice paper. Okay, now we are laying our first ingredients, which is the rice paper. So you got to make sure rice paper placed overlapping one after the other. So as you can see, now the second ingredient comes. You got to make sure the supervisor in front of you before you start placing any item onto the spring roll. So the supervisor there, and you got to make sure all the ingredients placed exact amount all the way one end to the other end. As you can see the chicken, there are different pieces, different sizes, so you got to make sure each slice will have the same amount of chicken. And now we have the salad. Same thing, we have to wait until the supervisor comes to maintain the right quantity, and the supervision need to be there. So now we have the herbs going on top of it. Exact amount goes along and maintaining the right quantity, and the supervisor make sure it's done correctly. And now the hardest one is the rice noodles. Rice noodles goes along with the supervisor again, making sure everybody is involved and making sure exact amount of ingredient goes all the way one end to the other end. As you can see, the supervisor is making sure that you have enough ingredients in that 1 meter. You cannot continue to the next person because next person have the same amount of ingredients, so you cannot just continue to the next person with your portion. So you can see the supervisor makes sure that every part of the spring roll has the same amount of ingredients. Now the next item is the prawns. We got to make sure the prawns are split, and also when you're placing the prawns, we have to have the skin side up, which is a nice and colorful side, all the way as mentioned before, same amount one end to the other end. Now that we need to spray the water to make sure the rice paper is soaked properly. So enough water to make sure the rice paper is soaked well and easy to wrap. So as you can see in here, we have sprayed but not enough water. You can see still the rice paper is a little stiff, so don't let that happen. Please make sure beforehand the rice paper is sprayed properly before start rolling. So it will take a little bit do not panic. As you can see, you got to make sure the rice paper is soft before it's rolling. Now you can see this side, it's soft. So it's much easier to roll. So on. And then start rolling again with the supervisor in front of you. Do not start rolling all the way. So on. As you roll, please make sure with your finger push it in to make it tight. As you can see, the pushed inside and make it nice and tight. So we're almost finishing our spring roll. Make sure it's nice and tight. Use your finger to push in as rolling. There you go. You can see. Make sure the supervisor next to you when you're doing it. Don't panic. There's no hurry. Take your time. Make sure don't break the skin. Need to be gentle and push it slowly. There you go. As you can see, now the supervisor helping and showing him how to do it. Please follow the instruction what's given by the supervisor. Great. There you go. We're almost done. That's the end of it. So then roll the other edge bit. Along the way, make sure there's no damages, no holes. And now we are ready to slice our spring roll. Before we slice, we take time to take photos and make sure every bits of spring roll fill properly. Now we start slicing and serving with dipping sauce and making sure it stays nice.
Please. Naya?
Yeah.
Zoom. Yes.
And there you go. I'm sure it tastes good. It's alright, Mr. Justin.
Yeah.
Joseph, you can tell us whether it's good or not. Great.
That's it.
It looks easy, but really it's a hard one. But what we have to do is everybody has to follow our supervisors. They've been trained, they know exactly what to do, so please follow them. And if you do have a question before the event, please come and ask from us. We're going to be there before startup. And I take this opportunity to thank Justin and Joseph from the Pegasus College and his team. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it very much. Thank you again. We'll see you in the beach. Bye.